Welcome to CPTM members and CPTM Smart Partnership Movements partners from the CPTM Smart Partners Hub. Today is Friday, 11th of October, at the end of the second week of the countdown towards the annual think tanking at the CPTM Hub in London, which is coupled with the CPTM members' annual general meeting on 6th, 7th and 8th of November at the CPTM Smart Partners Hub in 63 Catherine Place. As Joint Dialogue Convener and as Chief Executive on behalf of Joint Executive Group and of course fellows and in particular the host of the Global 2013 Smart Partnership Dialogue this year, His Excellency President Kikwete. Also on behalf of Chairman of the Board, Tan Sri Oma, and all the directors whom you met in August as part of Director Face-to-Face. I would like to mention two things in relation to the countdown today. One is that I'm glad to let everybody know that about 40 to 45 Smart Partners and CPTM members have finalized their travel and arrangements to be at the CPTM Hub in flesh in London, and also virtually through streaming by the Smart Communication Unit. Already there are quite a number of members and Smart Partners who also announced their participation virtually. Please do put in your diary those who are not in flesh present as a CPTM Smart Partners Hub to be part and parcel of the virtual participation and through the streaming that our hub will make available to as many Smart Partners and members as possible. Next week, which is the week of 13th, there will be some rehearsal and some interactions that will take place. Our team will be announcing that in due course with 29ers next week, Smart 29ers, on 2 dates, so that we get as many from Uganda, from Tanzania, and all the other Smart Partnership Movement, an interaction teleconference, and the week after there will be again with members of CPTM and Smart Partners who are going to participate, announce their participation virtually. There will be interaction and trials on WebEx, including questions and discussion about the issues that we are going to put on the agenda. On the annual general meeting, I would like to say that we already have received from those CPTM members, government, public-private sector and networking members, we already have received information from those who are going to be present, and also we received proxies from those, started to receive proxies from those who are not going to be able to be present, but they could actually join virtually. Therefore, I'm only calling now on all the members, government, public-private sector and networking members, not to forget to ensure that the company secretary of CPTM Limited receives your proxies in relation to the agenda and the voting in time so that they are being counted. Our team here also is launching today and inviting you to try to use the online link that is being included today for updating or self-updating your own profile as a CPTM member, but also as a smart partner. So do please use that link. Finally, I'd like to thank to all the CPTM members and smart partners who already in the last 2 weeks took advantage of participating in the usual Smart Partners survey. We were very, very pleased with a number of suggestions that members put forward and smart partners, and there will be some highlights that we will be putting forward next week. But thank you very much for everybody who took a bit of time, not much, but very, very useful suggestions that have been made. The second purpose of today's webcast is just a very quick scan of what's happening within the geopolitical context and geoeconomic context, which is relevant to the smart partners in the smart CPTM. In the World Bank, among others, obviously are still taking place the IMF World Bank meetings. Very worthwhile the report this year about end of poverty and sharing prosperity, and also worthwhile probably to note that the Commonwealth Finance Ministers took place probably on 9th as it was scheduled in Washington, and the Smart Partners CPTM's contribution towards financial inclusion was probably very worthwhile in relation to the topic, the major topic and the theme of the World Bank. Another interesting thing to note among so many things that are taking place is in Asia. This year, Week Asian Pacific Economic Forum took place together with the ABAC, the Business Advisory Group. But the reason why it's particularly interesting this year, took place in Bali this week, was as you will see from the Leaders' Declaration, which is included by our team in today's email, is a reference to the work and the value of the chief scientific advisors in Asia that is being referred to. And as you know, we've been quite a lot preoccupied and will continue to be preoccupied about the role of science advice within the government. From Dar es Salaam towards South Africa, we will try to progress the issue. At the same time, there was a reference about the role of not the role, about the importance, the growing importance in Asia also of technology and cyber security and the need for ensuring openness. Anyway, this is the second highlight I chose to pick up, and two other things which I will pick up is last week there was a literary festival, an international literary festival in UK, happened to be in Cheltenham, and two or three things were very, very useful for our movement and our group. One was for the Smart Partners Media Group, Media Link, the launch of what is called Newseum, which is the most interactive news and museum for the media by the Times. Very interesting, very useful. We need to pick up this again within our own context, within our own group of Smart Partners Media Link. Secondly, also at that festival of literature, there was a most interesting description of a tapestry of history of Scotland, and it was introduced by the well-known by now writer Alexander McCall Smith. He's well known for the Lady Detective film and so on related to Botswana. But why was interesting the tapestry exercise which they described was because it referred very much to the kind of tapestry and weaving and that is taking place in Southern Africa, in Michudi, in Lesotho, and that tapestry was used to engage hundreds and hundreds of people in Scotland to make the tapestry, almost like a tapestry related to a vision. So here we are, those people who are involved, particularly in Botswana, in the Vision 2016. We may probably try to see if we could use that as an example for trying to build up Vision 2016 and beyond, a tapestry or a carpet weaved by everybody who took part in the Vision 2016 or will take part in the future. Finally, I have here obviously, and this is by the way the Great Tapestry of Scotland, but we will talk about that some other time. I have here only one of the Nobel Prize winners that I chose to refer to. This week, as you know, there were about already a number of Nobel Prize winners announced on medicine, on science, in physics and chemistry, as well as on literature yesterday. Today will be on peace, and one more on Monday on economics. The one that I chose was the Nobel Prize on chemistry, which is probably quite worthwhile in addition to all the others, but worthwhile in relation to the fact that the chemists who put together and took the prize were particularly involved in making a number of discoveries and progress in relation to development of multi-scale models for complex chemical systems. And this applies not only to the classical and quantum physics, but also applies in simulation of how a drug, medical drug, couples to its target protein in the body, but above all to how the computer performs quantum theoretical calculations on those atoms in targeting the protein that interacts with the drug. In other words, there was a prize which was recognized not only in relation to, from chemistry, not in relation to medicine, but also in relation to the quantum computing. Worthwhile following that, but above all, as one or two of the well-known scientists of Tanzanians were mentioning a few times after the Global 2013, in particular Julie Makani, who came to the hub on the way to another meeting, we were discussing about, isn't it possible for us to put a lot of intensive push and inspiration towards getting a Nobel Prize on medicine, on physics, or chemistry from Africa. Now I'm sure there could be one, at least from Southern Africa, one or two or three. Or maybe they will be from East Africa, from Uganda, or maybe from West Africa. In any case, we already have one of the country in our movement quite actively participating, St. Lucia, who has got 2 Nobel Prizes, one for economics and one for literature. So it is time that our smart partners in Africa, the scientists, should try to get a Nobel Prize. What about that? Next year? And with this, have a nice weekend.